Hi, this is Hans. I just wanted to go over a few things we saw at our event on May 22nd, 2016 at Sequoia Park in Monterey Park. I just want to thank everyone who came to join us. This event was hosted by Fausto, Perez, and even Robert Bingham came. It was just wonderful. Definitely a couple of powerhouses. We called and over 50 objects came to our location. It was action and adventure the entire time. Okay, so let's get started. Pretty much 100% of the balloons sold commercially with helium in it come with tethers as part of the overall price of the balloon. Yet 40% of what we see at our events don't have tethers. Somehow these tetherless objects find their way to our events. Just to let you know, it takes about 10 pounds of constant pulling pressure to pull a tether from a foil balloon, about the weight of a bowling ball. It takes a lot of strength to pull a tether from a balloon. Just try it. Okay, so this first one looked like a balloon to me, but I discovered that it was actually a leader. A leader is almost like a spotlight. It could be a balloon, bird, airplane, anything that will grab your attention. It could be terrestrial or extraterrestrial, but once you focus on this object, things start to show up, in this case, a flyby. So at this distance, at 9 pixels wide, it traveled 88 feet per second. That's about 60 miles an hour. This next one is what I call a swimmer-sinker. Balloon-looking objects that carry unbuoyant items. As you could see, in this case, 3 gold oblong balloons carrying 4 perfectly round orbs. There were a few things that were very interesting about this next one. This one came back 3 times within about an hour. It means it showed up from a distance, drifted away, came back a little closer, drifted away. The third time it came back, it was in a different form. It had burst open. I'm not sure if anybody has ever seen the video from Robert Bingham. It's called Abracadabra or Abracadabra Revealed. A, quote, balloon transforms before your eyes. It's really an amazing footage. How do you know it's the same object? On one of the tethers, there's a red bulbous object, highly unusual. This red bulbous object on the tether shows up on all 3 visits. When these foil balloons pop, they head straight to the ground. Don't kid yourself, there's no updrafts keeping these things up. There's no way. It's heading straight to the ground. This next one is captivating. This one looks like something I captured with Fausto Perez back in December of 2013. Some sort of elongated, silvery, flaring, tube-shaped object. It's really an amazing object, just something you just can't buy from the store. I just want to thank Ismail and Daniel for helping me capture these things.
Okay, I still see it.
You see it? I'm gonna stabilize here. What the fuck?
Wait, oh, it's a cluster.
It's a cluster?
Could you zoom?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a cluster. Oh, definitely. Okay, Crystal, you're a little low. Okay, centered.
Zoom?
Dead center. Yeah, zoom.
This one we perceived as a cluster. Then it looked like a cluster in the shape of a heart. But if you really take a close look at the video and pictures, it's not really a bunch of balloons tied together. There's no balloon contouring. This one's very unusual.
But it is a cluster of 3
Whoa,
or 4.
I thought I just saw something flash. Yeah, I thought I just saw something flash. Is there something next? Yep, there's one next to it. There's definitely one next to it. Do you have this one? I'm keeping an eye.
There's nothing on camera.
Okay, I'm going to do the small one.
Wait, excuse me?
Got it. Here,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah, there is something.
What is this?
It's like a smaller cluster.
It's a smaller cluster?
Could you zoom?
Yeah, here we go.
Which way is it?
Yes?
Okay, there it is.
It's moving. They're moving away from each other.
You're a little low. Okay, you're centered.
Zoom it?
Yeah, you can try zooming.
The other one's out of the picture. This one's flying by.
What is it? Okay, you're centered. You can zoom.
Okay, hold on. What was unusual about this next one was that when we zoomed in on it, it didn't get any bigger. We've captured Venus before. It was kind of like that. When you focus in on Venus, it doesn't get any bigger. This is a videotape of the moon at 50 times zoom. And when you zoom in on it, it's 156 times. This is what ends up happening when you zoom in on an object with the telescope. It gets a little bit bigger unless it's really far away. Here's one that looks like a grocery bag. The only thing with this one is that it went from one side of the sky to the other side of the sky. Now, I've seen grocery bags carried by dust devils in a vortex down in Anaheim. They go in a circular formation, not from one side of the sky to the other side of the sky. The only way that this could happen is if it was in an arm of a tornado, and there was no tornado this day in Southern California. You cannot use your imagination on this one. Take a look closely at the pictures. There are subtle differences between this and a grocery bag. This last one was another cluster with a super thick tether. I'm not sure how many clusters we've seen this day, but it was too many under normal circumstances. You usually don't see this many clusters. I question those who question what we see. The big question is this real? And the simple answer is yes, it is real. What you see cannot be duplicated experimentally. The number of objects we see alone is off the charts. People have to accept that this is a real phenomenon, and when you fight this, you're fighting physics, statistics, you're fighting science. We're just showing you what we see up close. From a distance, you can't tell. You have to look at these things up close. You have to take a look at the details. We're just trying to show you the indications of imitation, the subtle anomalies that these things possess. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are beginning to understand where we're coming from. I wanted to also invite you to our next UFO sighting event. Please join LA UFO Channel on meetup.com. That'll let you know when our next UFO sighting event is. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.